lesson, but it's kind of a shorter one. So, we are going to start off by looking at mid-segments of triangles. So, mid-segment of a triangle is a segment connecting the midpoints of two sides. So, a mid-segment connects two midpoints. So, if I'm going to look at this triangle down here, DE right here is a mid-segment because D is right in the middle, E is right in the middle. It's called a mid-segment. So, these are kind of special because we know two things. If DE is a mid-segment, then we have parallel lines, and DE is parallel to AB.
How do we know?
It's just one of the properties of triangles. We could do a proof, but it's annoying and I don't like doing them.
Are we done doing proofs?
Yes, like last chapter, yes, we're done with those. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
So, DE is parallel to AB. These two are parallel. And whenever we have mid-segments, I'm actually going to give you a generic formula here, which it's not like the official one, it's just kind of how I remember it. So,
Wait.
if we have a mid-segment, we also know that the little line, the little line right here, is going to equal the big line divided by 2. So the little line is going to equal the big line divided by 2 of the parallel lines. So DE and AB are parallel. DE is the little line. It's going to equal big divided by 2. Or if we're going to switch it around, the big line is going to equal the little times 2. So it's the same formula, I'm just giving you the two different kinds. So if, for example, you want to find how much the little line is, you need to take the big line, whatever that equals, divided by 2. If you want to find the big line, take the little line, times it by 2. So you're going to need both of these today, so make sure you have them. And these aren't the official formulas, I just think it's easier to remember that than it is to remember your actual formula. So all we're doing today really is just saying what's parallel and then finding different lengths in triangles. This chapter is all about different lines you can make on the inside of triangles. And we're starting with mid-segments. So, if I have this triangle in here, I'm just going to list what lines are parallel. So if I have RS right here, what is RS going to be parallel to?
DF?
DF.
A is good.
So RS is parallel to DF. So I should probably write these out. Officially, RS, segment RS is parallel to DF. Get back in the swing of writing on this thing. Then if we're going to have RT, what's RT parallel to?
ST?
EF. You say ST. So RT is parallel to EF. And then just one last set of lines. And then the last one, if I have TS, only one left, it is parallel to
DE.
So TS
Are we smarter?
is parallel to DE.
I'm just a kid for and every day I learn more.
That's not the song.
You're not the song. I know it's gross and more.
What is this? Oh, do we point?
Alright, so we said what lines are parallel. We are also going to say we're going to find different lengths. So I'm going to move this over to here, which I know you guys can't do. But that's okay. So we're actually going to find the lengths. We're actually going to find the lengths of these segments.
Come on, Mark, your blend's messing up.
Sorry.
So we're going to look through here and find some different lengths. So let's start with TU. TU is right here, right?
Wouldn't it be 20?
TU.
Well, it's got.
Alright, is TU a little piece or a big piece?
Little.
Little
It's
piece.
a little piece, right?
So
So,
20.
it is going to equal, the little piece here, is going to equal big divided by 2, which I know some of you are already saying. So, TU is parallel to SR. Since SR is 40, we divide it by 2. TU equals 20. Hey,
Max is 25.
How about Andy Mac?
You is 25.
Alright, let's keep going through. UB is next. UB is right here. It is a little piece, right?
25.
So it's going to equal the big divided by 2. The big piece that is parallel to is QS
25.
divided by 2. We get 25.
QR is 60.
Next one, QR. I don't know him, Ryan, but let's do it in class. QR is a big piece, right? What's QR parallel to, Chloe? Chloe, what's
What?
QR parallel to?
Where's QR?
What about Foster's Home of Imaginary
Oh,
Friends?
TV.
BB. Alright. So is QR the little one or the big one?
The big one.
Okay, what's the big piece going to equal? What's that little formula we talked about?
Small times 2.
It's going to equal the little times 2. That was bad. Oh well. It's going to equal little times 2. So little is 30, multiplied by 2, we get 60.
Oh, interesting.
Alright, let's keep going. We're going to look at QU. Now, QU is right here, right? Is this a whole little mid-segment?
Yes.
No. Mid-segment is from the middle of sides. QU is from a corner to a middle. But we can find QU because these are all mid-segments in the middle, which means this is congruent to this. So QR is 60, we just found, right? QU is half of that. It's half 60.
30.
QU, or these little pieces, are actually the same as your mid-segments on the inside. So, if this mid-segment here is 30, that means this is 30, this is 30.
BB is 30. Wow.
QR is
Next,
30.
UR, we already just found, is also 30.
TV's 30.
And TB, I don't even know why I wrote that on there, because it's given.
I would just put given.
No, we don't need to write given or anything. We're actually
We don't
using
have
numbers
to-
this
Nine
time.
different
did.
colors.
You don't
I
need
did.
that. You don't need it.
Alright. So,
We don't need
you guys are up
No, I
next.
don't.
This time, I want you to tell me, I want you to find these 4 things right here. D, C, A, C, E, F, A, B. So, in this picture, AD is 6. DE, this one right here is 7.5. And then you're going to find the rest of these just using that. Don't worry about the parallel lines part. I'm not really worried about that. So find D, C, A, C, E, F, and A, B on your own. And I'll give you a hint.
You can't even
Wait.
spell it.
High school? No.
I'll give you a hint. You have a piece of a big line, but not the whole thing yet. Find the whole thing.
I picked the right thing. Socratic.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you in the picture?
So on your own, find the missing lengths. Then we'll talk about it.
Oh, it's AB.
Second cool. Interior ring.
There's nothing on.
Over Ryan Johannes. Over Ryan Johannes.
Yeah, yeah,
Poetry
yeah.
written fire.
7.5.
You can have
No, no. I don't accuse you of take your headphones.
EF is 7.5 too, right?
I'll give you about another minute. Find the missing sides.
What are those
Oh.
cool firemen called? They're like cool
Firemen?
firemen? No.
Hot
Better.
shots.
Hot shots. There we
Hey, Mr. Goki,
Yes.
a question.
Okay.
There's
What's
the
that?
answer, I guess. Yeah.
Is this
What
the right
about
answer?
EF though?
I don't know.
Correct.
Actually, no, I understand
A lot
that.
of random things.
I don't know about
Plus
EF.
7.5, 7.5.
Just EF, I'm trying to think.
15.
We think about.
Maybe.
Wouldn't that also be 7.5? No, wait, no. It's too
That's really
small.
big and thick.
It's similar to AC.
It's just looking.
Yeah.
go. In Not a certified hotshot firefighter.
All right, let's go through these. Kylie,
What?
start us off. What's DC?
You know,
Six. How do you know?
Unless you have a beard.
It's congruent to AD.
Yep.
Nah, that's
That
not
one
true.
was easy. DC is 6 because it's congruent to AD. All right. Next, we're gonna find AC, which is easy. What's AC, Mick?
12.
Because both pieces are 6, right? All right. Let's keep going. We're gonna find EF. Tyler, what's EF?
Wait, E, F, 6,
Yep. How do you know?
because A, D, and DC equals 6, and they look the same.
Same thing, technically.
Okay, they are the same length, but we have mid segments in here. So this is the little one. That's the little. This is the big. The little equals big divided by 2. The big one is 12 divided by 2. We get 6.
You don't say what that is.
And then the last one, we're gonna find AB. And what is that, Trista?
Damn it.
What?
What's AB?
I don't know.
Ooh.
All right, well, let's look at it.
Oh, damn it.
All right, AB is right here. What is AB parallel to?
D.
B, right? Is AB the little one or the big one?
The big one.
Okay, so what's it gonna equal?
The little one times 2.
Okay. So Trista, what's the little one times 2?
15.
Yeah. What they all said.
What number is that?
What number is that?
I just guessed.
So what's 7.5 times 2, Trista?
Oh, it's
Times
15.
There you go. Probably pay attention. That wouldn't be so difficult.
I was trying to get my Chromebook from Tyler. He took it. He stole it.
She was trying to Desmos, but she couldn't.
Uh-huh.
Which one to blame you for?
All right. So, the reason this lesson is kind of nice is because you could actually use this in real life pretty easily. So, for example, if you're going to find the distance across something you can't really measure. So, in this example, we're finding a distance across a sinkhole. So, geologist wants to determine the distance AB across the sinkhole. Choosing a point E outside the sinkhole, she finds distances AE and BE. And she locates the midpoints, C and D, and then measures CD. And I want to know what's the distance across the sinkhole, which is just a really complicated way of saying she made a triangle. She found a mid segment right here and measured it. And she's going to use that to find the distance across, which you can't really measure easily. She wants to find this right here. So if we're going to find AB, is AB the little one or the big one?
The big one?
Yep. And so it's going to equal what?
46 times 2.
Which is
92.
102.
Damn it.
92.
Oh. Oh,
92. So, and on this one though, we're not quite done because what am I missing?
Cabin cheese.
See what I'm missing, Lark?
Feet.
Feet.
Oh yeah.
We're missing feet. So, anytime it gives a measurement, on this one it gave 46 feet right here, I need to put that feet in my answer. So keep that in mind. So, 92 feet.
That'd be kind of weird if we had 92 feet.
JK.
Yeah, it'd be a little creepy.
You're so bad.
Alright, so we did some easy ones, but we can do similar ones now. So we're going to look at the same kind of triangle, and it says if JK equals 5x plus 20.
What?
JK is this big one down here. It equals 5x plus 20. And NO equals 20. NO equals 20. What is the value of x? So we're just going to set up our formula and solve it. So JK is the big one, right? JK is going to equal the small one, NO, times 2. I'm going to fill in JK and NO with the things they gave in my problem, and then we're just going to solve it. So JK is 5x plus 20. It's going to equal NO is 20, and I still have a times 2. So I just need to go through and solve it still. First thing, I'm going to go 20 times 2 is 40. 5x plus 20 equals 40. It's just an algebra problem. So if we're going to go through and solve it, Quana, what am I doing first? What am I doing first if I'm solving right here? Thanks, quantine friend. We're gonna minus 20 on both sides. We get 5x equals 20. Lark, what's our last step?
5 divided by 20.
Other way around. 20
Oh,
divided by
20
five.
divided by 5.
And what do we get?
4.
Yep, we get x equals 4.
Equals.
So all we did was set it up using our formula. We filled in our actual numbers and stuff, and then we solved it. So it's just a big algebra problem. We're gonna do one more, I think, and then you guys will do one, and I think that's about it. Which is good because I'm starting to lose my voice. So on the next one, if LK equals 2x minus 9, so we'll write that over here. LK is right here. If this is 2x minus 9, and then it has nm equals 22, we can solve it by doing the same thing. LK is going to equal nm times 2. So you guys are going to help me fill it in. Chloe, what's this going to look like after I start filling in numbers?
What?
So right here. I need to fill in, I set up my formula, but I need to fill in numbers. What am I filling in for LK?
2x minus 9.
2x minus 9. And then keep going. What am I going to put in for nm?
22.
But you know what? Let's save ourselves some time. It's going to be 22 times 2, which is really
44.
44. And now it's just a two-step problem. Tiana, what am I going to do first to solve this?
Plus
Plus 9 to 44.
What do I get after I plus 9?
Kind of chilly in here.
9.
Yeah. 7.
Oh.
35.
What? Yeah. You minus instead of plus.
Oh.
Plus 9. What's 44 plus 10? What's 44 plus 10?
15.
Minus 1 to make it plus 9.
29.
53.
I was doing 9.
50 what?
53.
Oh.
Never mind. 53. Just that most if you're not sure. And then Carissa, the last part, when we have to divide by 2, right? What do we get? Not you. Plug it in. X equals 26.5. Alright, last in-class problem. If MO equals 8x and JL equals 4x plus 6, what is the value of y? So, set it up, and then plug in your numbers, and then solve it. Just get some extra room. So on your own, set up the problem, plug in your numbers, and then solve it. And then after this, we're done. So on your own, set it up. Then solve or then put in your numbers and solve. Yeah. Tyler.
So which one
No, I'm trying to think here.
Oh.
do I have to find this person?
So what's the MO is the little yep.
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 Okay.
So you get 16x equals and keep going.
Spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Is this right? For the X.
What to do with the times 2? That times 2.
I just wanted to know.
If you let me go.
That right? Oh no, you don't want
So is me minus 4 on that one or is it 5?
Okay,
Okay, so when you first start,
We
you
tried
just
the
press the next.
Oh.
Alright. So, what we did before is we said the big one equals the little times 2, right? So which one is the little one? Okay. So, we're going to have 4x plus 6 equals, MO is 8x, 8x times 2. What is 8x times 2?
This is for just for fun.
16x. So you get 4x plus 6 equals 16x.
Yeah.
I'll give you about another minute, maybe. Some people are finishing this off. Then we'll go over it. Then you'll do your exit ticket. We'll be done.
Funny, I got 0.75. Go, please.
0.75?
Yeah.
I got
You wanna come in and check? I did the
Which one's the correct?
Just a minute.
I'm done.
Take off your
This
headphones.
is the way I did it.
Done.
No, I'm not doing the lesson. Take them off. This is
I'm
the way
done
I
with
did it.
lesson.
Why the OPs
Oh wait.
That divided.
If you're going to divide it by 2, you're going to divide it by 2.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna do this then.
Turn on
So two
the
no matter what.
Alright, so let's get this started. And I think we're at Joseph. What'd you get when you, like your original formula? What'd you get for that?
X equals 0.5.
No, not your answer, your formula. Say that.
4x plus 6 equals 16.
So 4x plus 6 equals 16x because it's the big one equals little times 2. Little is 8x, so we multiply by 2 to get 16x. Okay, and then we just have to go through and
Does
solve
it
it.
matter what side the 16x is on?
You get the same answer. Did you
Yeah,
get
he's
16x
right, I
equals
got
4x
0.
plus 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
No, he said if
So
you do
we gotta
that
go
way,
through and keep
divide
solving it. Ryan, what's our first step?
4x.
What about the 4x?
minus
We're
4x.
gonna minus 4x on both sides. What do I get after I minus 4x over here on the right side?
Equals 12x.
Thanks, Ryan and Finn. Alright, I still got a 6 here. What's my last step, Kylie? And what do we get for our final answer? Yep, 1/2 or 0.5.
I got 0
Oh,
on
dang
mine.
it. Tried to
I
go
got
after
3.
all
I
the
got
others.
0.
Did you
I got
multiply instead
0.
of divide? Or did you flip them
I
around and
got
get 2?
0.
Yes, I got 2.
That's okay.
Okay.
Easy mistake, no worries. Alright, that's it. So, your exit ticket is the next one. I will turn on Socrative in just a second, and I'll put your homework on Google Classroom in just a second.
Okay, I
How
got
do
0.
that?
Does that make
What?
So first you have to do